What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm sitting out here in the backyard with Jack, my best friend, a golden retriever. He's starting to become an old man. But for everybody that knows how things are in the southeast, when it gets July, August, September, it's miserably hot. You might wonder why I'm sitting out here in the hot, and the reason I'm doing that, hey buddy, the reason I'm doing that is because it's not hot right now. I'm actually nice and cool and enjoying this beautiful sunset that's happening behind me, and I'm enjoying myself because I've got something keeping me cool.
Check out Shop Overland Apparel, your source for Amble's Adventures, merchandise, and more.
That's right. I've got an air conditioner, and it's great. This is the EcoFlow Wave 2, and this thing is awesome. Jack, he's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. My other dog, Banner, if he ever comes over here, you'll see him. He's enjoying it too. So, why did I get this? I got this for a couple reasons. One, I wanted to extend my camping season, and being in the area we're in West Tennessee, and a lot of the places I get to go, like this time of year, when school's starting back, coming back from vacation, stuff like that, I'm not going on a lot of long trips, but we still want to get out and go camping, like some of the places that are closer to us, like Natchez Trace, Land Between the Lakes, Chickasaw, some places like that, Nathan Bedford Forest, Shawnee National Forest up in southern Illinois, up around Metropolis. So all those are places we can get to on a Friday afternoon. We get off work, we can head over there. So we wanted something that could extend our camping into these, months where it just gets miserable around here. I work outside in the heat all day, so the last thing I want to do to relax is be in the heat. So I can deal with it sitting around camp, hanging out, but when it comes time to go to bed, I can't sleep if it's just that sticky, nasty hot. So we decided to make the investment on one of these, and it is a game changer. It is a true air conditioner, and this thing is, it's blowing like ice cold air. I've done a few tests with it so far, and it's been running on high, not any of the efficiency modes or anything like that, fan high on it at the AC running to where it's not kicking on and kicking off and cycling on, just straight running. Got around, I think it was 3.5, 4 hours out of that, off of the battery that comes with it. Now, when you look these up, they come one or two ways. You can get them with a battery or without. I opted to go with the battery just because it just makes sense to have it as a whole unit and not have to have something else. Now, you might ask yourself, well, 3 hours is not going to get you through the night. 3 or 4 hours is not going to get you through the night. It's not. But what it can do is, if you run this on the efficiency mode where it's cycling on and off, I can promise you, in any kind of tent you've got, if this thing's blowing in there, it's going to get it cold. Once the sun goes down and the cooler temps start to, like tonight, we're in the low 80s, I think. So you could very comfortably sleep in a tent as long as you got this thing going. It doesn't have to run constantly, as long as it can kind of, for one, get you to sleep, but then start doing it cycling on and off in the efficiency modes. You could do that and at least get you through the night. Now, this is not going to get you through multiple nights doing that. You're going to get about 8 hours out of this at its best. I have ran this with my River 2 Pro and the extra battery. The River 2 Pro is about 800 watts. It's like 750, 740, something like that with the battery, with the extra battery that it ties to it. Can get you several more hours out of it. But the only way to do that is running it through the just the normal 110 outlet. And this is not as efficient when it's running that way. And right now it's the only way to do that with the batteries I have. Now you can, with some of the newer Delta series, you can run this, and the port and the plug is actually the same as this battery, so it functions at its best when you're using those units. But as far as that goes, it will charge really fast. You can charge this thing up just in a few hours from just a regular 110 outlet at home. If you're out on the trail, you can. The cool thing, you can plug this up, hook it up to solar, and have this thing charging while you're driving down the road or out on a trail or whatever. Or if you set up base camp, you can have it charging that way. There's several different options. So from what I figured out, I could easily get this thing to last me through a night, and the next day have it charged up before the next night. Multiple different ways, either through my inverter in my Jeep, or solar, or use my River Pros to get me another night if I wanted to. The only downside of it is it's big. If you're like me and you've got a Wrangler, your space is always an issue. So that's a little bit of a issue, but the times I'll be using this, the times I'll be using all of my lighter gear, lighter sleeping bag, just basically everything I do is kind of scaled down. So I've worked it out where it'll work in the back of my JK without any issues, along with a few other things that I need. When it's 90 degrees at night, you're not going to be making an elaborate meal. We'll do quick meals and stuff like that, so it's not going to be so I don't pack as heavy. So as far as room goes, it's great. The reason I went with this unit versus the Zero Breeze, the Zero Breeze is actually the size I like better, but everything I've read in videos and all the things I've done on them, it's not apples to apples. This is, I think, a 6200 or 6800 BTU. The Zero Breeze is like less than 3000, so it's a lot more powerful. The battery is way better from everything I've seen, and the other cool thing about this is it's multifunctional. This actually is a heater, so it could be used in the winter months as your heater. I don't know that I'll use it for that. I really like my diesel heater, the way it's set up. My diesel heater is really light. You do have to have diesel with it, but the 1 gallon tank I have on it usually gets me through a weekend. So I don't know that I will use this for heating, but I might. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I've got both now, so if I'm camping with some guys that don't have heat, I can bring this and have them doing that. So I haven't tested the heater on it just because it's been so dang hot. I haven't wanted to mess with doing that. I would hope that you'd get pretty close to the same efficiency out of it with the heater running. But the cool thing is I've got it. I don't have all the hoses and stuff on it, but this actually, it's It's like a diesel heater as far as the heat goes. It's not going to be like a buddy heater, so you're not going to get the condensation and the humidity and all that. This will draw it out because it's a true heater air conditioner. So you won't have to battle some of those things like propane. That issue is just, it's a nightmare. You wake up, maybe warm, but you wake up and everything's wet. So I just wanted to get on here and kind of show y'all that this is kind of my newest piece of gear that I bought. It's a big investment. I bought this with had a discount code and a couple of other things. The whole unit was with the discount code and a gift card that I had and a few other things. I got it shipped to me for $13.99. I think now they're $15.99. A couple of features that I do like about it, which are that I kind of wish that had done a little more for the battery, but the battery actually came in for the whole unit, and I used the battery several times. It came in about half charged, just running, like charging my phone and stuff. So you've got one USB-C and one regular USB-C port, so you can actually charge a few things with it. I haven't done a lot of research on the battery other than I just know what size it is, so I don't know what all its capabilities are. But with two USBs, you're not going to plug anything in that's going to overload it. So, but that's pretty much it. It's a awesome unit. If it was 100 degrees out here, this thing is blowing so cold. If it was 100 degrees, now the sun's going to beat down on you. I mean, if you get a straw hat on or an umbrella or something, you could sit out here in 100 degrees and not be sweating. It's blowing that much. I wish there was some way I could show you how much force this thing's blowing with. If not, I haven't figured out a good way to do that. So, but the hoses that come with it are stretch out. I'd say about 5 feet. So I set it on top of my Freedom panels on my JK and then just run it into my tent. It comes with everything you need to vent the exhaust out if you wanted to set the unit inside with you. It's probably the most efficient way to do that. So as it's circulating cooler air. But you can actually put the adapter on it and put another hose that it doesn't come with. You'd have to get another hose, but run that back into the tent so it would circulate the cooler air. So that's an option. But like everything EcoFlow, the app for it is awesome. You can control it through the app with pretty much every setting you can think of can be controlled by your phone. That's one thing that I think sets EcoFlow apart from everybody else, is their apps are just the app for their stuff is just freaking awesome. But anyway, I hope you like this video. It wasn't really a like detailed on all the ins and outs of it, but it kind of lets you know how I'm going to use it, what it's capable of, and in a 3-4 person tent, you get some fans in there. I'm extremely high natured, and this will keep you nice and cool through the night. If you're worried whether or not this is going to be worth the money, and it's probably not if you're only going to use it 1 or 2 times a year, it'll probably be worth it. But if you're going to use it consistently in those hotter months, and like my youngest daughter will start cheer here pretty soon, this thing's going to the ball field with us. I will take this to the ball field and not think a minute about it. It's sitting out there in the sun while they're doing that. We all kind of just get chairs lined up down the field, and I will definitely bring this and have it blowing over us. You could set this on here and set a couple of chairs down beside me, and the people beside me, if it was down below and just had it blowing, the people down, a couple of people down could easily fill this air. Of course, it's going to be warming up, but it would just make everything more enjoyable. So it has a lot of different uses. I work outside all day. I've had about 10 ideas of how this would be nice to have during my work day. We got a couple of excavators and stuff. If it was smaller, it would go with me every single day. I'd set it on excavators, the ones that don't have air, and it would be with me every day. So, but anyway, I'm gonna sit here. Me and Jack's gonna relax a little bit. The sun's down. Looks like the storm's brewing. We're just gonna relax a little bit, enjoy this nice cool air. If you haven't already, I'm trying to grow the channel, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And one way to support some of our things is going and checking out our shirts, and it's not really hoodie weather, but our shirts and hoodies over at shop.wave2.com. They've got some really cool merchandise from basically anybody you probably watch on YouTube, a few other people, a few other places, but they've got our shirts on there. You can go on there and just, when you go on there, I'll put a link to their website in the description. They have from some smaller channels like mine up to some huge channels on there, so it's a good place to go, kind of have just a general place to get some merch for the people. And please do that. Helps me, helps all those other people, helps all of us get out and do these things we enjoy, these adventures. So hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, please like and subscribe, and until the next one, see ya. But on off, it shows you how many hours you got left. It's on high, it's on running on max AC, and right now it's been running out here for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and it's showing I still got 2 hours left. Got the temperature here, and you can go, it's just got all your, you can change temperatures, change it from speeds of the fan and the different modes you want it on. So you can go to heat, air conditioning, or fan. So the top is the exhaust and the back is the return. So that's where it's pulling in. The ports, you have just the regular, what I would call a computer port here, and then this is the proprietary that hooks the battery up to the unit. And it's got your solar ports here. So, but that's pretty much it. And you can see kind of the size of it here.